Good morning, Year 4. This is Miss Fletcher-Brown calling again. I'm going to talk you through today's slides for English. So these are the Friday, the 8th of January slides. However, a lot of what I'm going to do for this lesson, I will do live with you on Zoom because there's a little bit of it that we need to do together. So I'm going to talk through this and then you'll have to think back to our Zoom session that we had this morning to help support you in your independence. So, first of all, you're used to this by now. We have our quick revision. So see if you can write down or tell somebody that might be in the room your definition of what a noun is, what a verb is. Can you write a definition of what an adjective is? Can you write a definition of what an adverb is? And then finally, can you write a definition of what an adverbial is? That was the learning that we did yesterday, which was a little bit tricky, but it's exactly the same in some ways as adverbs. So you should be able to write definitions for all of those. Then see if you can put them into a silly sentence. So today's learning is going to be all about this picture. You can print it off and stick it at the top of your page, ready for writing later on, or you can just refer to it on your screen whilst you are working. But this is going to be the main bit of your lesson. So, the first thing I'd like you to do whilst looking at that picture is to see if you can list some words that could describe it. Now, you can write in these different colours, or you can write in your normal pen or pencil, and then you can use these colours to underline or highlight. What we'd like you to do is I'd like you to spend 5 minutes, so give yourself a 5-minute timer, to see if you can write some adjectives. So describing what these animals or this scene looks like. See if you can write down some nouns. So those are the naming words. So the names of things in this picture. See if you can write that down. The verbs. These are the doing words. So see if you can write down what these animals are doing. You might like to improvise some of these. So for example, this zebra in this picture doesn't look like it's moving at all. So what you might like to write is, instead of standing still as your verb, you might like to write strolling or moping or creeping. Adverbs, so how they're moving. And remember that adverbs can also talk about how often they're moving or where they're moving. So outside or in the van or through the window. Those are all types of adverbs. And then the adverbials. So remember, these are the groups of words that tell us how or when or how often these things are happening. So instead of inside, you might like to have inside the camper van, and then you can continue. So that would be a fronted adverbial. You can use from your previous lesson these to help you with your adverbials if you wish. So that's a really good resource to use if you're not feeling sure. And remember, if you're not sure about any of those word classes, you can go back to our previous day's lessons to remind yourselves of what these different word classes are. So you've got 5 minutes to see if you can write down as many adjectives, nouns, verbs, adverbs, and adverbials for this picture. Now, this is the bit that we're going to do together. So this is the part of the lesson where you can think back to our Zoom where we were all together earlier on this morning. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of shared writing with you. I'm going to be modelling how to put these into your work. I will also be supporting you in the challenge, so using some coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. So we'll do this together. Now, when you've done that writing, your task will be just like we will have done in our shared rights. It will be to describe this picture using the different word classes. Verbs should be written there. I will include that in. So verbs should be written there. In fact, I will, let me see if I can do it straight away whilst you're all here. There we go, verbs. So they need to be included as well. That is your independent activity with this challenge if you're able to. And this is what I will model to you in the start of our Zoom lesson. Once you've written your independent, using the colours that we've been using all week, I want you to show me that you understand where these word classes are. So in your own work, I would like you to go back through and I would like you to highlight the nouns, the adjectives, the verbs, the adverbs, and the adverbial phrases. If you managed to include coordinating and subordinating conjunctions, you can highlight those as well. Well done for this week. What a mammoth week of grammar. You've done incredibly well, and I have loved reading all of your submitted work. I'm really proud of you, and I will see you next week for some more English lessons. Bye bye.